Hello guys, in this video we will talk about the 2015 movie Attack on Titan movie. The first cruel world. More than 100 years ago, giant creatures called titans appeared. Monsters swallowed up almost all of humanity. The remaining people built walls to protect themselves from the invaders. A guy named Aaron meets his friends standing in the middle of the field, on an old rocket. They warn him that it is not safe here, but instead of listening, the Aaron stumbles and eventually falls from a fragile structure. A girl named Mikasa shakes off a slob and a friend named Armin wonders why the Aaron cannot calmly to live and work in the city like all other people. He tells him that he does not want to remain behind huge walls all his life. Disappointed with his life, Ram kicks a rocket and at the same second Mikasa pays attention to the drawing hidden behind a layer of dirt. The Trinity understands that in the drawing there are women in the ocean. Friends start to pose as ocean. It can be beautiful. In fact, the Trinity makes its way past the guards in order to approach the base of the wall. The district decides to immediately find a way to climb up, but the friends try to dissuade the guys, because if they are caught, the execution will not take long. Moreover, outside you can meet the Titans. The district does not believe that the Titans could survive because no one has seen them in the last 100 years. Inattentive teenagers notice patrols. The district begins to violently fight off armed people. If it were not for the old acquaintance of the mother arena, then the teenager could have been shot. He understands the desire young men to get out and offers to join the ranks of scouts who will soon go beyond the wall thanks to the approval of the city council. The guy's joy is interrupted by a sudden earthquake. He realizes that someone outside is trying to penetrate the wall. In a moment, a huge titanium peeps out from behind the wall. A shocked patrol notices the shrouded the mist of the monster that we will accept. Trying to kick the wall after numerous hits of the monster manages to leave a hole in the wall. Immediately after it is gone in a few seconds, the trio notices a crowd of titans with terrifying faces. They use the hole to get inside. The military are trying their best to protect the city, but nothing could stop the confident approaching monsters. The soldiers seize brutally devour, tearing bodies apart. Meanwhile, the Trinity runs from the titans deep into the city where a big panic. Monsters chase people, devour anyone they like. The young man gets to the church, but right at the doorstep Mikasa notices a child left in the crowd. She decides to save him. Aaron noticed already inside the closed church. The crowd did not let the guy out, who was trying to save the girl with the child. The Comey box office. The Titan was approaching. At some point, there was a push. Arena threw back when the guy went out into the street. The girls and the child were not there. The Titans attacked people in the church, who lost everyone for a few minutes. The guy staggers through the ruins of the city. 2 years later, the military plans to regain control of the fertile lands that were previously captured by the Titans. All the survivors had to move behind the middle wall, which led to an increase in crime and an acute shortage of food. One of the commanders demonstrates a new weapon that can help defeat the Titans, but the demonstration does not go well. Aaron joined the military along with his friend Armin, who also managed to survive the massacre. During dinner, Armin shares a plan with the girls. The military intends to blow up a gap in the wall so that it collapses. After that, the wall fragments will be used in order to build up the hole. The height will not be the same as that of the entire wall, but nevertheless it will not become lower than ordinary Titans. Moreover, this is the last chance for salvation, since in case of failure, humanity will die. Then the military is preparing for the task. The commander reports that the Titans usually sleep at night. Their eyesight noticeably worsens, which means there will be more chances for success if you move at night. In addition, it is forbidden to talk once again. Since the monsters have developed hearing after a short warning, the military leaves the wall on the armored roof, and at some point the man stops the traffic for us because he suspected something was wrong. The military begin to move and look around carefully. They soon notice the cows and remember that the Titans eat so many people before continuing the trip. The girl hears the child and soon follows him, but no one except her heard anything like a child. The district catches up with the girl and begins to walk with her. They approach the source of the sound and at some point a nasty mucus drips onto the girl. The district raises her head and notices a huge child who ate a person. The girl gets scared and attracts the attention of a large child, because of which the titanium falls down and starts loudly crying on the rest of the squad being attacked by monsters, and some they leave without waiting for the whole group. People left without transport try to run to abandoned buildings in order to somehow hide from the Titans, but they are quickly surrounded. If it weren't for the Shikishima from the reconnaissance group who almost without any problems killed huge monsters, that group would have been eaten, and soon a partner arrives, a man who also skillfully kills another monster. The district understands that this is Anikas, who survived and adapted to difficult conditions, who did not pay attention to the guy. As it turned out, Shikishima guarded explosives from the wrong hands in a secret place that the captain chose. Then one of the team accuses Arena of attacking the Titans as he went for the child. RM, in turn, sends him away. A fight begins, which stops Mikasa, who is standing nearby. Armin calls the girl, but then practically does not react. Shikishima comes up to the guy and praises the guy after the man found out the name of the young man. He asks to go after him. The captain asks Uira for what that and hates the Titans. He answers that they are to blame for the death of almost all of humanity and only because of them they have to live and lock up. Shikishima disagrees with the guy and claims that it is people who are to blame for their current situation. He compares people with cattle and considers Arena the same, but he furiously denies this further. Friend Arena spends time with his girlfriend. He holds in his hands a design he created long ago, and this is noticed by the general, who reminded the guy what technological progress led the person to. Then the district finds Mikasa. The girl was sitting in front of a broken piano. She tells the guy that the baby whom she tried to save was devoured and then shows a big scar from the teeth. The conversation is interrupted by Mikishima, who hugs the girl. Arena doesn't like it and he leaves the couple alone. The guy goes outside and understands that the girl has changed a lot. He starts screaming but he stops him. She takes him away into the building and calms the girl, talks about her eating the past and eventually trying to seduce the guy. Their proximity stops the huge eye in the hole of the building. Titan grabs him, immediately eats it. Soon a whole herd of monsters began to approach the base. The military urgently evacuates. Some of them go into battle with the Titans to try to slow down their Makish and Mysite. They cope with the giants with almost no problems, but nevertheless, not everyone has a lot of casualties among the military, as they lack experience. The commander notices that someone got behind the wheel of a truck with explosives without the permission of the general. A burning shell hits the back of the truck, after which the driver was attacked by a girl who recently lost her boyfriend because of the Titans. She wants to take revenge on them and sends a burning truck directly into the crowd. An explosion occurs that affects only one monster but does not kill him further. The district notices the guy with whom he had a conflict earlier. He understands that the man who stubbornly proved his courage sits on the roof and is afraid to go in battle. The guy begins to remember the instructions of silence and in anger rushes to the crowd of Titans, trying to kill everyone on the way due to lack of combat experience. The guy's leg ends up in the mouth of a Titan. The monster bites off his leg, after which Arena manages to retreat. Mikish, he sees a wounded young man, just leaves. The rest of the group tries to escape along the way, killing the Titans. Armin is trying to understand where Iran is and he is told that his dead body is on the roof. Immediately after, the guy grabs the Titan to neutralize the monster. No one succeeds. Armin ends up in the mouth of the Titan, but Ren, who arrives in time, pulls out his comrade, W.H. Ila. He himself finds himself in the place of the armies. The monster manages to bite through his hand and Rhino, which falls right into the stomach of the creature where he sees many human corpses. Soon Mikasa approaches Carmen, who reports the death of a guy. The girl closes her eyes for a while, but quickly comes to her senses and tells the group that she will clear the way for them. Mikasa starts killing Utanov, but the gas in her equipment quickly runs out because of something. The titanium that swallowed Irina falls to the ground, approaches the girl, but the monster suddenly began to vomit and save the giant. A hand crawled out, and after the body explodes in its place, an unusual Titan flaming with flames turns out to be, which began to kill the remaining monsters in the end. The Titans, realizing their hopelessness, begin to retreat. Mikasa guesses that there are unusual Titans. The giant hits the roof with people and raises. The girl does not look at each other and at some point the creature began to evaporate. The commander understands that if you don't open Tyrone's neck completely becomes a monster, and Mikasa immediately does this. The district really turns out to be inside. Moreover, all his lost limbs grew again. Mikishima watched everything that was happening, who was not surprised by the transformation of Arena. The young man gradually regained consciousness, and this is where the film ends for today. All the guys, do not forget to sign so as not to miss new videos. Thanks for watching.